Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop games project every weekday at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give you my honest thoughts on how it's being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 52nd most popular project on all of tabletop games. That is Heroes of the Shire board game, a turn-based combat adventure RPG with a unique combat system. And I gotta say, starting off, I see something I like and something I hate right now, and I wanna zoom in just to double check on this. Oh, now we lost it. Where is it? Oh. So what I want to compliment them on is I know that this is going to be a massive box now. They have made this very clear and come on, Kickstarter. Don't be doing this. They made it very clear and obvious to me. Here we go. How large this box is. This is going to be one where it's like you have 1, 2, maybe 3 games on that specific shelf. Big box. But what I'm also trying to figure out, and what I hate is, what is this? I can't even really tell what that is. I think those are standees on a tile, but they kind of blend into the background, and I would really recommend zooming in. Like, look how much unused space is up right here and just all around, where we could just zoom in on this to better showcase both the artwork and the new stretch goal. Because here's the thing. I know when I click on this, this is going to look like a spectacular image. I'm going to predict that right now. But the bottom line is, most people are not going to see that image, because do you click on every project you see? No, you don't. You click on the ones that you're only interested in, and so you got to draw their interest before they even click on it. So let's click on this. I want to see it. And yeah, look at this now. Okay, I see that these are big standees on a tile, new stretch goals unlocked, Kickstarter. And I will say, I do like the fact that they're mentioning stretch goals. I always think that's a smart choice. And I will say, I like their a turn-based combat adventure RPG with a unique combat system. I'll give that one a pass. I'd like to know what mechanism, aside from turn-based combat, because it's like, that sounds more like a video game term to me than a board game term. I don't know. As always, when you go to the video, though, I'm thinking 3 things. Kickstarter backers need to convince you. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Ooh, nice.
Heroes of the Shire is a turn-based combat role.
Wow. Okay. Too fast. Too fast. That looks good because I see dual-layered boards. See them setting stuff. Oh, maybe they're not dual-layered, but still, I see them setting stuff in there. Lots of components, big table space, which if I'm getting a giant game like this, that's not a bad thing. I am all about this right now. This looks great.
Combat role-playing game with a unique combat system.
Oh, stop going so fast on that player board. So this is where you're going to level up?
Role-playing game with a unique...
So it looks like, yeah, you can put it in different slots there. Lots of different slots. Dice thing. What is this? This looks so intricate. I love this.
Combat.
But it's so fast. It's such a quick cut.
System. Spread.
Once again, right there. Look at that card. I want to just see that card just for a second more. There's a lot of stuff going on in this card, which is what I want to see with this giant box game. But we go so fast.
Spread over 2 game modes.
To this really generic, like, okay, tiles, not minis, but big standees. I saw that already. I want to go back to the cards.
With 4 themed scenarios, 20 heroes, and 12 bosses.
Wow.
The replayability is endless.
Now we got artwork.
Scenario mode will take you on a journey through swampy marshes, frozen labyrinths, scalding caverns, and luscious forests.
It's kind of weird how they're talking about what they're showing on here, but they don't have it synced up correctly. Like right now you just said luscious forests, but you're showing me like a deep dragon's cave. And it's not a big deal, but I think it would just make the video flow better if they sunk up, Maybe, is that just me? Let me know in the comments below, chat.
Players work cooperatively through a themed scenario, exploring tiles.
Oh, yes. Okay. I figured this is going to go away really quick, but I want to see this. You spot travelers up ahead. These guys look prepared for battle. What's your next move? Option 1, chat to these fellow adventurers about the loot potential of this place. Option 2, scout the area for threats while making light conversation about the weather. So different things are going to have different outcomes. Oh, one player adds the Paladin Hero card to their ability tab. Oh, wow. That's a big choice. Adding another hero to your party? One player adds... Oh, warrior. Okay. Okay.
Encountering actions, acquiring loot.
And once again, I want to go back to why I paused that.
Encountering
Could I read this all?
actions, acquiring loot, and battle.
I want to see the loot, too! You can only activate the lantern on your turn. Equip hero gains +4, HP regen for 3 turns, CD. So this is great. This is all looking good. This is what I want to see with the Mega Box games. This makes me think there's tons of replayability. Hopefully somewhere you really slap me in the face with how many cards there are, by the way. Hopefully that's a thing.
And battling enemy bosses. Arena mode challenges.
And one thing I like is this is not... And maybe it's just me being old-fashioned. This is not a tabletop simulator version of it. This is like a real physical copy, and I think it just pops better than a tabletop simulator version. I think a tabletop simulator version is still good, but I think the real thing just pops more.
Is a player's skill level by battling to the death in a last man standing mode. With over 20 heroes to choose from.
Wow, I thought it was 20 heroes, and now it's over 20 heroes. Or maybe I just misheard that, but either way, that's awesome.
Each with 35 possible spells and
Whoa,
abilities.
man.
Putting your name on the arena's wall of fame won't be an easy feat for any contender. Each hero board has 10 class-specific spells.
So I want to say already, I am very impressed by this video. I am. Because the bottom line is, that first game you talked about, if that was the type of game that I really thought I was going to get to the table, I think you did a good job presenting it, getting me excited about the game. And now we've completely pivoted, we've completely shifted to the other game mode in this, and it's getting its own time, its own spotlight, and that is the arena mode, where you're going to just put your guy versus that guy or their gal or whatever, just bam, Mage War style, Summoner War style, going at each other. And I love the fact they're giving this its own spotlight.
And one unique hero's ability.
Spotlighting asymmetry. Beautiful.
As heroes level up, they unlock new spells and abilities.
There is so much going on this board. Like, as a fan of two-player head-to-head games that are, like, really meaty ones. You know, like, your Mage Wars, for instance. I love the idea that they're going to have this huge area I'm constructing to go up against you in your huge area that you're constructing. That just gets me excited as a gamer, and that's the secondary game mode in this. So I think they're really doing good with this.
Their spell mastery board, which hosts 15 supplementary abilities to learn.
Wow.
Spell mastery boards allow players to customize their heroes as they see fit. Follow the path of fortification with the druid to create a tank.
This shot, I love this shot. Like, I had an idea of like how I was leveling up, but now I see this tech tree where it's just gonna have separate things going every way. It feels like a video game.
Or guide her down the path of restoration to enhance her healing capabilities. The choice is yours. During a turn of Heroes of the Shire, each player will go through a series of phases. First up is the token up.
So now I think we're going a bit long. I think this is a separate video that you put at the end. Honestly, I think if this had been a 2 minute, 5-second video where like you just wrapped that up and you said, but back it now and check it out below with stretch goals and gameplay videos, that sort of thing. I think that's where we need to just cut it. Just cut it and then tell me a little bit more about what I'm going to see down here. Because I don't think most people like it. And I've done polls on this when you go too in-depth into the rules in this video. This is more like the pitch video. This is the dude outside the tent saying, come get your tickets right now. Like, that's what this is. Then we get to the story, which is all about the meat, the potatoes, everything else. I think you don't put it in your video, though.
Upkeep, where players shift all.
Because honestly, up to this point, you've thrown a lot of rules at me, but it didn't feel like it because you were just engaging me, at least, personally, really, really well with that video. I don't know if other people felt that, but I felt like that was a really solid 2 minutes.
All temporary buffs and conditions down a column. Next up is the dice upkeep, where players reduce their cooldown dice by a value of 1.
This is cool, but I don't want it now.
After the dice upkeep comes a hero's upkeep, which allows players to activate their hero's unique ability. The fourth phase is known as the main phase, and this is where all the action takes place. Players choose a spell to cast and announce it to the group. Once a spell has resolved, a cooldown die is placed over the spell. Learning how to manage a hero's spell board is crucial to unlocking every hero's full potential. Hero boards consists of 10 spells, 5 attack and 5 support. The final phase of
This is all good if I really wanted to sit down and learn this game right now. But I'm not going to play this game for 18 months. Like, I don't need to know this now. I don't know. And here's the thing. I think this is going to be a very divisive one. I think a lot of people are going to be like, no, this is what I actually want. But I think there's too many games on Kickstarter now for these videos for this to be this long. You know, you're 52nd in popularity. I mean, I think you just got to get their attention and get their money.
of combat is referred to as the end phase, where turn is passed to the next player and end of turn effects resolve. Senior Games presents its first title, Heroes of the Shire.
And this, I really think, is not good. And I'm going to tell you why. So first, I don't think most people are going to get this far in the video. And I think that this is a really good shot, aside from this November 9th on Kickstarter. Get rid of this. We're on Kickstarter. We know this. We don't need to see this. Zoom in or something. Because now I know that this is not only a giant box game, this is potentially a lifestyle style game. You know, I could be splunking down $200, $300, $400 because I'm getting 3 massive mega boxes. And let's be quite honest. The reason why we keep seeing pledge levels that are massive mega-sized boxes is because people want to buy them. You know, a lot of people like to trash on them, but it's like, people keep buying them. People want this, and they're giving it to you, but only if you sit to the 3-minute and 30-second mark of a video. Whereas I think if this would have been in that last 2 minutes, I think it would have just been beautiful.
Are you ready to become a hero?
Now, that was such a good shot. Hopefully they have that shot somewhere relatively close right down here. Because if I see a mega... Because here's my line of thinking. If I see a mega massive box, a Gloomhaven-sized box, Twilight Imperium-sized box, my first thought is not, wow, there's too much game there. If that's the kind of box that attracts me, when I see more of those boxes, I say, oh my god. Like if Fantasy Flight just said tomorrow, hey, we've got a mega massive Twilight Imperium expansion box. It's coming out tomorrow. That thing would sell out immediately. Because that's what people want when they see that box. And so I think not mentioning that until the 3-minute and 20-second mark after you've bored me for a minute and a half about rules minutia is not well played. So hopefully we see that video a little bit further down. Or that picture, because I think that's a great picture. So, 2 created 4 backs. Senior Games is a board game company based on Shropshire, England. Our title Heroes of the Shire launches later this year. This is not impressive. I want to see some links. I want to see something where I feel a little bit more comfortable backing from you. I want to see collaborators as well. That scares me. Because if you're having a mega, massive, humongous game, the fact that you're doing it by yourself, or at least you're showing me you're doing it by yourself by not having any people on your collaborators, because BackerKit's not doing a damn thing in here. That concerns me. Now, the fact you have BackerKit, that's awesome, because I've heard very good things. Here's the Shire coloring book. Okay, this is good-ish. The fact that it funded, it only had 20 backers. So it's more like a passion project sort of thing. And let's check out the community. I bet it's going to be mostly UK 9, 6. So yeah, this was not a hard thing to ship out. But they did it. I mean, there's the thing. On the can you do it? I guess you kind of give like a half point there, like a quarter point. Yeah, that's a quarter point towards can you do it, because you've made something, you have created it, and you've shipped it out. Actually, I should check to make sure it's not a flaming dumpster fire, because if these people didn't get their coloring books, then obviously this is just this is an F. So no comments, no anything, delivery update, yeah. No one's complaining, which means I'm assuming everyone got their books. So can you do it? I'm going to give it a 0.25 right there. Okay, so... But I still don't feel super comfortable with can you do it. I need to see more. Hopefully you tell me about your manufacturer. Hopefully something you do here is going to make me feel more comfortable. You do have a prototype, which actually I'm going to give you, that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable as well. Like a really nice looking prototype, which implies playtesting, which, good. Welcome to our campaign, Heroes of the Shire. We got the box, which I already knew about the box. We got Kickstarter exclusive hero. So, as always, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Do I want it? Yeah. Yeah, I did. The 2 minutes, I think I was like, this looks like a really cool game. And then you went into, like, when you told me about the arena and you told me about the other mode, I was like, yes, I'm in. Can you do it? Not convinced yet. Off to a good start, though. How much is it? Don't know. That's what I need. I think a lot of people are going to base, do I want it, based on how much it is. So hopefully we can get stop beating around the bush and get to it. Kickstarter, and also stretch goals. That's the thing. If we are funded, we're overfunded. We have like $98,000, I think it was. I want to see some stretch goals. I want to see them early. Free Shield Maiden Hero available at all physical copy pledges. The free hero includes 1 hero board, 1 spell mastery board, 3 weapon cards, and this hero will not be available in our retail edition. Now this, I think this is a great thing to start with. I have no issues with this placement right here. This is exciting. I say, oh cool, I'm getting some exclusive thing. This is why I need to back right now and not wait for the retail edition, because I'm going to miss out on a whole new hero with a whole board. Like, this is a big deal. Awesome. Heroes of the Shire. And then we have the 3-box thing, because that's obviously what you want me to buy. You're not hoping that somebody gets here and they just buy the main box. You want to buy all 3. And so I like the fact that we're showcasing that relatively early. Heroes of the Shire is a turn-based combat adventure role-playing game. Wow! 2 game modes for 1 to 6 players. And here's one thing that I want to spotlight right now, which I did not think they did well, which was 1 to 6 players should be on here. That is a needle mover for 2 reasons. First, you have a solo mode. That gets a specific group of people excited. Then you have 5 to 6 players, which gets a whole different group of people excited. And if you're like me, it actually gets both my internal things excited. It makes me more excited about your game. But instead, we have a mountain. We have mountains. Like, that's why I think this should be zoomed in on and be focusing on more important information. I even said it right here. I feel like this was solid, but I think it could have had better information. 1 to 6 players, for instance. Spotlight that. What's the time length? 2 game modes for 1 to 6 players. Each player will embody a hero. Don't care. Arena mode. Yes. Scenario mode. You did it. You didn't tell me the time. Here we go. 30 to 180 minutes. Wow. That's a big gap. That's a big gap. So what I might recommend doing is spotlighting which of these is more in the 30-minute mode, or is it one of those as it ramps up, it has more players? I want to know a little bit more about that. All right. The third box is the first 2 combined, but you'll get there eventually. Oh, ... Is this a long one? Oh, it's so long. Okay. Dice Tower Preview. I really like this choose your own adventure kind of aspect to the game. Really well done to these guys. And whoever gave this preview, kudos. They did not bury the lead. Choose your own adventure. Really well done to these guys. And I like that there's lots of different types of action cards that can come up. There's a really nice aspect to this scenario-based game. Okay. I think that's a solid quote. It doesn't make me feel super comfortable. And also, this is a preview. I don't care. Like, just as a it's good, but this isn't what I want. I want that gameplay. Where's that sweet, sweet gameplay? Where's that sweet, sweet how to play? So spotlighting that video first, I understand why. They paid a lot of money for that video. And I get it, why they want to spotlight it first, but I don't think it's what moves the needles for most people anymore. Stretch goals. Nothing is more rewarding for us than seeing... So I do like the fact we're getting straight into the stretch goals. Didn't take too long to get here. Nothing is more rewarding than us seeing this community come together to show the support. Yada, yada, yada. 6 dice bags unlocked. When did we unlock it? How did we unlock it? I like that. I don't know why we deleted that. All versions of the game will have 6 resealable bags upgraded to drawstring dice bags. Okay. That's nice. All versions of the game will include a backpack token, which will be placed to store surplus or unequipped loot items found on a scenario. Help something with the bookkeeping. That's not bad. I like that. These are functional things. Merchant. A wandering merchant will be added to each scenario. Heroes will place supplies in the merchant's shop during setup. When encountered on a scenario, players may exchange 2 loot items. Wow, this is spectacular. This is a really great stretch goal. Like, let's be honest. I have never met anyone who doesn't like when you get an NPC in a board game. I just think that is the neatest thing, that it's like, oh, there's an NPC wandering around. Now, some people, I imagine, will say it can swing the game if you happen to encounter it, but I personally just love that sort of shenanigans. So these are great stretch goals right here. These are functional, useful, it's like top-notch so far. Eternal board unlocked. All versions of the game will include an elemental board, which allows for an increase or decrease in damage of elemental types. I don't know what the hell any of that means, but that's a board. That's value in my game. More action cards. Awesome. We had 4 new action cards to the deck, 1 for each theme scenario. These actions will awesome. And here's what I love what they did. They mentioned these action cards will house some very high risk to reward options. They're telling me specifically what these cards do, and not enough companies do that in the stretch goal, so I love that. Not enough companies do that, period, sometimes. New trash mobs. We will include 4 new trash mobs. So I think these are like the, at the beginning of like a massively more multiplayer online role-playing game. They're like, go kill 8 of this thing. I think that's what they're talking about. Trash mob. I think that's what the term means. Joining the fray will be a goblin shaman, a coral snake, a burning... So these are just... This is more variety in the game. More random things that are going to happen. Box upgrade. Unlocked. We will improve the quality of the boxes by adding a linen finish, giving a deluxe feel to this product. I wish we could zoom in. massive. I don't even need to see this part of the box. Just show me, because I think what you're talking about is that little rivet. You ever feel like a box and you can kind of like put your fingernails on it and go, like do that little scratchy thing? I think that's what that is. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to showcase here. Maybe just have it, you know what? I want a little gif of someone just doing this, because everybody does it. You do it, right? We all do that, right? I need to ask that in a poll. Global event cards. We will introduce a selection of global event cards into scenario mode. These will be triggered via action. Oh my god, I don't even need to read the rest of this. I'm excited. These are spectacular stretch goals. And these are micro stretch goals, it looks like, as well, because I think we unlocked at 50,000. 37,000, and then we have 60,000, so we're hitting them, what? Is that 10,000 each? 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, so we're getting some micro stretch goals. I love this stretch goal area. I almost wish it was higher. I almost wish we would just go straight. Here's what I would love. The main thing is I just want the price. Why am I waiting so long for the price? Like, I'm really excited right now. I'm still excited. I want to see the price. If it's not after this, it would be like, come on. Quest cards in level 12. A hero's max will increase from 8 to 12. Wow. This sounds spectacular. This looks really excellent. Lots more to unlock. Shadow scenario. To celebrate reaching that 100k, we will bring an entirely new scenario to the game. Cool. That's spectacular. Which adventure is for you? Okay, here we go. If you've ever experienced a Pokemon game, you'll be familiar with how they release two versions of the game like Red and Blue, X and Y, Ruby and Sapphire. We've done something similar. Both Fire and Ice and Earth and Water are essentially the same game. Oh, interesting. With a few minor differences that include the heroes themselves and the scenarios. Our Collector's Edition is a combination of both games in one. We've summarized below the scenarios, bosses, and heroes unique to each. So, pretty much everyone's going to want this one. Why can't we just have the price already? That's what I want. What's in the box? Okay, so now we're going to get the really long, sexy scrolling shot, which hopefully will lead me finally to the price. I just want the price. Warlock, Assassin. So this is tons. This is 2, 4, 6, 7. So that's 21 there. One Collector's Edition Games box, 23 Ice Hexes, 1 Shire Hex. This is a lot of hexes. These are large hexes. We have 60 Trash Mob cards, 2 Turn Orders, 60 Action cards, 19 Health Dice, 20 Hero Boards. And these are big Hero Boards. And I know they're big Hero Boards because you've spotlighted your components very, very well in the first 2 minutes of that video. 53 Hero Ability cards, 36 Boss Ability cards, 46 Power. This is tons of stuff. Just hit me with the price already. And now I'm going to go through relatively same thing, but slightly with different tweaks. And you already told me that. Oh, wait. So how did they spotlight what was different? So this one's only going to have 10 heroes. So this is the one. So this feels much more like an expansion then. I'm so confused. Oh, this is the Collector's Edition. Okay, so you show me the Collector's Edition. You show me the one I want. And now you're showing me these other editions, which I can't imagine most people are getting. Right? Like, I don't know. If you're a fan of dungeon crawl games, fighting games, PvP games, this is that all in one. So that quote right there really concerns me a little bit. I also don't like the fact that the Man vs. Meeple is numerous people. The Dice Tower is numerous people. Depending on who said this, I'll have a different opinion. And I don't know if most gamers... You know what? I take that back. I think if you're this into the weeds, if you're looking at this game right now, you're pretty deep into the hobby and you probably have an opinion on quite a few reviewers, especially the big ones. If you're a fan of dungeon crawl games, so all they're saying is, hey, this is a dungeon crawl game, it's a fighting game, and it's a PvP game. Which fighting games and PvP games, isn't that the same thing? I don't know. This is all that all in one. So literally they're only telling you what the game is. There's no opinions there at all. They didn't say, this is the one for you. They're just saying, hey, this is all of these 3 games together. This feels like a very carefully worded quote, which concerns me a little bit. And I hope I'm just reading too much into it, but as someone who's done this a lot and given quotes a lot, I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. So we got the Shield Banner and the Kickstarter exclusive. Great. And now we're more into the weeds. And less into the prices. And yes, I know, I can go over here to the support area and I can get the prices. It should not be there, though. It should be seamlessly interweaved into your story, especially for people who are browsing on mobile who do not want to make that extra click. This is your story. I should have every little piece of information, every little bit, every detail in here, and then updates is where I see new things. At least that's what I think. Hero board, stuff. Great. I've seen this like 8 times. Hero ability cards. Now I'm just getting like, come on. I'm just looking for shipping. I'm looking for the price, because once again, the only 3 things I need. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? You have told me nothing about how much it is. Game modes. I know the 2 game modes. You have told me the 2 game modes numerous times. Scenario modes. That's cool. 1 versus many. Scenario modes. True co-op. Wow, okay, so I feel like this is a terrible place for this information to be, because I think this is, and maybe it's just because I kind of wandered off somewhere during the video, but I think this is the first time I heard that there was one versus many and cooperative. Like, I remember they talked in the scenario mode, but it was so long ago. How to play. How to play, you know what'd be great here? A video. Scenario tiles, this is much just like the rules. Did you just copy the rules? Quotes. I really enjoyed how the bosses work with different mechanics coming into play as hit points get lower. This was really fun and gave the base a sense of urgency and tension, which is totally appropriate for boss battles. Okay. I would say that blend. Honestly, I don't even care about quotes anymore. I just want the price. Combat tokens. We've already went over this. Didn't we already talk about all the components? Didn't we talk about the components in the game 3 times? Because we spotlighted it was in 3 boxes. Scalability. Cool. This is all great stuff to have. I don't want to say that this is bad stuff to have in a Kickstarter, but I think this is terrible stuff to have before incredibly useful information. I didn't follow from the beginning your live session, but I was interested about the game, but I'm still on the fence. For the solo mode, you need to buy an extra pack. Ooh, that always concerns me. Especially, and here's the worst part. I was one of those people who said, man, I really wish they would have spotlighted it was 1 to 6 players because I like solo gaming, right? And I still don't know anything about the solo game. I didn't, like, the only reason I know that is because Patrizio said it. And thank you, Patrizio. Thanks for joining. So solo mode. Oh, hey, here we are. Earlier, like, literally, I was, like, right there. That happens all the time. But still, I should know more about it by now. Heroes of the Shire, well, I should know the price by now, was designed with solo mode in mind right from the start. And once again, that's a great thing to spotlight there. Honestly, that's a spectacular thing to spotlight. Multi-handed, out-of-the-box. Players see the difference between our out-of-the-box solo mode, multi-handed, and our custom-built solo mode, which is an add-on that is not included as a standard. So that's a real kick in the groin. Solo mode add-on. So this is where we're introducing an add-on that a lot of you are probably actually going to want. 27 minutes into the video, and we still have not found out about the price, about the shipping, and I'm just now learning that there's a solo mode add-on that I have to buy in addition to the game. And if I didn't want to read through every single little tiny thing, I might have accidentally glossed over it. So I hate that. Previews. So we, once again, now we're showing the we saw this! We already saw this preview! Hopefully this is at least a different quote. Come on! You're giving me 2 of the Dice Tower preview before 1 of the price? These boss creatures are super powerful. High level, and depending on the player count, will determine their ability of their difficulty level. I should say the bosses skill up greatly for more players, which adds a lot of pressure to the game, which I like a lot. Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to blow up. I hate when they focus so much on the rules in this. Because let's look at the first half of this quote. These boss level creatures are super powerful. High level, and depending on the player count, will determine their ability on their difficulty level, I should say. So you're literally just telling me this is something that happens in the game. The bosses skill up greatly for more players, which adds a lot of pressure to the game, which I like a lot. So they're just more powerful. Okay, so they like the fact that the bosses scale with the players. That's like a participation trophy at this point in board games. This is 2021. If this were 2012, I'd say, whoa, that's impressive. At this point, yeah, of course. Of course they're going to scale up when you go to 6 players. If it's the same difficulty with 2 players, I like... Literally, this quote just says, I do believe, I like the fact that the bosses scale with more players. And that is not a good quote. And I had to pick it apart to figure that out. But I don't understand it. This game is going to draw a lot of parallels to other games. But there's one thing right off the bat that I want to point out that makes Heroes of the Shire unique compared to most games. There is no dice rolling. Everything in this game is purely deterministic. So once again, this is not actually a quote. Anyone so far of anyone saying, I like this game, I love this game, this is cool. This is literally yet another quote where they are telling me something about the game. You know how much damage and what status effects you're able to do to inflict on your opponent, which is a different approach as it allows for more math-based strategic approach. Yeah, so it's deterministic combat, I do believe, if that's what they're saying here. Which is great. But you know what you could have put? I really like the deterministic combat. Like, this doesn't even say... And here's the thing. Look at this quote. They didn't say they liked anything here. They quite literally just ate the rule booklet and are now shooting it back at you. This is not a good quote. And once again, I don't put it on Man vs. Meeple. I put it on the creators. Who's convinced by this quote? Now, granted, they did spotlight something in the game, but it's so weird. I love the depth of this game. Like I've said multiple times, you can play the same hero over and over again and still learn new things. Now, this is a great quote. How to work that hero, how that hero interacts with other heroes. It's just a great game with a lot of replayability. This is the best quote I have seen by far, by a mile. And once again, you didn't even give that person the credit because it looks like there's two people here, two meeples. The quotes are also very long. Yes, Liberation, I would agree with that as well. Which I think is just, and they just kind of blend into the background the longer they are. So this is a playthrough.
Damien, I'm the creator of Heroes.
This is terrible. This is terrible. Not this video. This is fantastic. This is what I always say. Great. Just set up a camera. That's all you got to do. My first tripod was a hot dog bun that had gotten hard and stiff and a box of diapers. And I used that tripod for a while. Okay? Like, just set up something, shoot something, put it on here. But this, I am 30 minutes into your Kickstarter campaign. Most people are not going to do that. This is what I want to see way earlier. I saw 2 of Mark Street talking about your games before I see a damn gameplay video. No, I hate the placement of this. And then we have a 1v1 playthrough with different characters, no less, and they're 30 minutes a pop. That's great. Then another 1v1, and then a scenario. This is so spectacular. So I understand that their line of thinking was, we don't want to clog our page with all these videos. But I would at least put one up there, and then underneath it I'd say, also, tons more gameplay videos down below. See how to play all the different game modes before you decide to back. And say all the way down at the bottom of the page. Just let me know that, hey, they're buried down here. Because this is what I was looking for before. And still no price. Yes. Sergeant Licks, don't laugh at me. I just want the price. I agree. There are a lot of comments about how the game works, but there is no comment like, I'm impressed by how it works. But I like the board and design. Without reward, 10. Okay. Community articles. There is an excellent quirk reference sheet and a brilliant turn-by-turn introduction to the arena mode, which teaches you the game in a very user-friendly and simple way. Now, this quote, Jim Gamer... So here's the thing. Jim Gamer is once again doing exactly what I called other people out for doing, and just saying, you're just telling me something about the game. And this really spotlights what I think has gone so wrong with this campaign. Jim Gamer, 32 minutes into the campaign, should not be the one telling me that there's an excellent quick reference sheets and a brilliant turn-by-turn introduction to the arena mode, which teaches you the game in a very user-friendly and simple way. This is the kind of hot stuff that should be in a video. Like, right? Like, when I hear there's a game and it's like, oh, we got this super simple reference setup thing, it's going to have you up and running, it's like a little bit of a tutorial, but it's still fun, I get excited! It makes the game so much easier to learn, and it takes the pressure off the game buyer. But I think this is buried. There's like one found in Wingspan. This is like the one found in Wingspan and Root. It is so smooth, and he's name-dropping other games. It always makes me wonder when I use things like this why all the games don't do it. It's a brilliant addition. So once again, Jim Gamer has in no way, shape, or form commented on his enjoyment of the game. He said there's a good tutorial system. Like imagine if you were talking to a friend about video games. You're like, hey, did you play that new Dark Souls 4? Oh yeah, this has got a great tutorial. like that's such an odd thing to spotlight. It's a great thing to spotlight, but not in the quote area, I don't think. Well, I guess, yeah, but I want to know more. I just want the price. I'm tired of this. So we got the rule booklet, finally, down here. I think this should be way higher as well. 28 pages, I kind of expect that. So you got a list of the terms, and then we got the setup. It looks like a solid-ish, oh god, what is this setup? Are there step-by-step instructions? Okay, so it's an in-depth setup. And now we're talking about the hero board. And now we're talking about this. And then we're talking about this. Oh, is this one of those ones? Oh, God, I hate this. I hate this. I hate when rules books just like, hey, here's every single teeny tiny aspect of I don't know. I don't like the organization here. Like, what do I learn about actions? Like, I have to go through all this before I learn about actions or something? I don't know. That rule booklet scares me. I would give that one a read before I splurged on this one. Assuming the price is high, because I'm assuming the price is high. I have to do is speculate that the reason why... click here to download a print and play sheets for a Paladin vs. Hunter battle. Beginning tutorial, 20-minute playtime. That's really cool. I would honestly spotlight that way higher. No one's going to do it, but you spotlighting that makes me feel more comfortable on the can you do it. Prototype photos, because you're like, hey, yeah, you want to try it out? But we'll put our money where our mouth is before you back. I like that. Prototype photos, great, cool. I've seen these. Play now, Tabletopia. Wow, why is this buried down here? Once again, I would bump that up higher. Print and play. Now. Try it before you buy it. Tabletopia. Now. Try it before you buy it. Then we have a how to play. This is a full how to play. Why is this buried down here? No, Naughty. We're 35 minutes.
Hey guys, my name's Damien Senior.
Oh, Damien just scared me. The rulebook is good. I read much worse. Well, thank you, Patrizio. I was going to say, it looked like a lot, and so that's concerned me, but I'm glad that it's good. But yeah, this is a how to play video. This is a 28-minute how to play video. I sit down with my friends. I watch this, and I probably know how to play the game. And it's buried down here below 2 Dice Tower previews with 2 very generic quotes, along with the price, which is still just keep going. Just keep going, Forrest. We'll get there. Or unless this is going to be one of those campaigns where they talk about literally everything else under the sun except for the price. Why back us? We need you. Kickstarter exclusive hero. Early delivery. What's that mean? If we take this title retail, it will be significantly labor the fulfillment of this campaign. Is there no guarantee we'll make it to retailer? Okay. Didn't really... Oh, hey, pledge levels. We do. $60. Wait, $60? And this is $80. This is terrible. 80 euros. Okay. Okay. I need to take a deep breath. I need to take a drink. Pause. I'm really frustrated with this campaign right now. I was expecting a substantially higher price after all the song and dance you made me get through to get here. And it's 80 euros? How much is that as dollars? Well, let's look at all the pledge levels, because I want to predict which one's the most popular. So, wait, this is the collector's pledge. So these are... What's different? I thought this was these 2 boxes put together. Right? Exclusive Kickstarter Hero Collector's Edition box, all stretch goals. Then what's this? Kickstarter, so this comes with the Earth and Water Edition box. So this gives me both boxes? I thought this one had all the contents that I needed from both these boxes. I'm confused. Then we have the Epic Pledge, which includes... Oh, so I have to pay 209 euros if I want to play 6 players, because this only contains the contents for 2 players? Is that what's going on? So here's another big issue. I've been on this page for 37 minutes. I've seen every single damn aspect of your Kickstarter, and I get to your pledge levels, and I have questions? No. I should not have any questions, and part of the reason I have questions is because you talked about all this minutia, this details, so long ago, I've forgotten about it. Collectors is both small ones. $109 pledges both small boxes if you hate having everything in one box. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. I hate when an expansion fits in a box. Said no one. Like, who's this person who's like, no, I want your game to take up more of my shelf space. It's more about me displaying how much I love you and less about the functionality of my shelves and having room. Who is this person? Is there some unknown reason I don't know about? I am cranky at this campaign. So I think I want this. Maybe. I don't, can I play 6 players with this? And you could remedy it so easier. 1 to 2 players. Now 1 to 2 players. 6 players. Whatever it is. Just, it could have been done cleaner. And then we talk retailers, and now we got add-ons. And once again, so now we're back to that true solo mode, which we talked a little bit about earlier. Here's an idea. Why isn't, like, because this pledge, I'm going like, this pledge here I think is going to be a little bit of a mess. So 83 people are on the fence. I can see why. This is not... I mean, this smells like a first Kickstarter campaign. It really does. Give me more boxes. Are you serious, Patricio? Do you want more boxes on your shelves? And if so, I'd be curious, how many games do you own? Because I think that'd matter too. I can see if I was early into the hobby, maybe. So 0 backers. Nobody wants the arena mode. Nobody wants to put their money where their mouth is. Okay, so nobody wants that. Print and play scenario mode. Also, nobody wants that. So once again... So you made me wait forever to get to the price. Even then when I finally do go over to this side, you're making me wait forever to get to the actual price. So 13 backers want one version of the game. 6 backers want one version of the game. The 2 box is only good if you're splitting your pledge with someone. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, yeah, that's a great point, Jimmy. That makes a lot of sense now, actually. Okay. Take backsies. That's actually a smaller... Yeah. Collector's edition. This is going to be the most popular, 742. Now, I'm very interested. Let's see how many people are like, yeah, let's split it. 22. Copy of the Heroes Pledge, which is what? Is this thing? Heroes? No, this is the Heroes. This is 2 boxes. 34. Okay, then they got, where's the Epic Pledge? Is the Epic Pledge gone? Is there no Epic Pledge? Where is the Epic Pledge? This is the Epic Pledge. I love it when you don't make the names of your pledge levels match. Said no one. Like, this is one of those mistakes that's like a red flag to me where it's like, like these kind of mistakes, like they're confusing. Print and play pledges have been released like only today, or they're even been there since the start. They've not been there since the start. Okay. So they thought that this was what was potentially going to give them a shot in the arm. Because I can't imagine them thinking that this is going to be where they were at this point. Now, I'm sure they're happy that it's funded. But if you make a game with this, and you have pledge levels like this, you have huge aspirations. You got $1 million aspirations. And to be, once again, I've been here from the beginning, this is the 52nd most popular project on all the tabletop games. That means you're not hitting the mark. Like, you had your first day, boom, I'm going to guess. And now it's trickling. And it keeps going down, and next Tuesday it's going to go down. I know there's some heavy hitters coming out on Tuesday, if I recall correctly. You know, Hamlet, whatever the hell that is. It's popular, I guess. I don't know. Social goals. Facebook. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is a really exciting thing. I'm glad it's buried 41 minutes into this video. 100 Facebook shares gets us 2x. So this is fantastic. This is more variability of the game. This should be near the top, and it's clickable, which I do like. Thank you. You made it clickable. It's great. Okay, because the resolution is low for some reason now for me, and Forrest calls it Euros, although he's been wrong on the icons before. Oh, I'm sorry if it's blurry right now. Not sure what that's about. Instagram. Sometimes YouTube buffers. 250. So this is great. These are going to add value to the game. UV spot on the collector's box. I thought this was a stretch goal. So now, and here's the thing. I don't want to go back up. I don't even want to go back up to see if I was right because it's so far up here. That's like 20 minutes ago. Please, this should be way higher. 300, and I still don't know the shipping. So, buried at the bottom. 300, so we got a battle map. That looks great. Cool, whatevs. And so this is a great shipping area, I think. Unless you're one of those people. So I hate the shipping area. I see a lot of games that are going down recently after a good start. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those as well. Because when you have, here's the thing. I would not be surprised to see this one go down. And let's just look at it from a logistical perspective. They are making 3 boxes. They are making expansions. They are making playmats. They are making card sleeves. This true solo mode expansion. They are making battle pack expansions. That is a lot of money that you're going to have to spend because you're going to get, what, a 500 print run of each one of those? So you're doing essentially a 500 print run of 3 massive boxes on $100,000? And then we're talking about, like, that's, like, and this is one of those behind-the-scenes things where I love, because I talk to people about this all the time, on the weekly Owl Bloom podcast, on the Undead Vikings channel every Wednesday night. You should check it out, by the way. We talk about industry stuff like this, that I just don't see how this is logistically possible. You know, so hopefully they have an angel backer, hopefully they have someone who's just, you know, this is, I don't know. But now my radar is tingling. Like, I just did some math in my head, and my red flag is waving, baby. Okay, so $10 UK, 11, 18, 20. So if you get 1 box, it's that. Once again, if you're doing the due diligence of spotlighting the fact I can buy 2 boxes, why don't you at least do me the due diligence and just respect of... so in euros and US dollars, they are a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I get the... Oh, but they did convert the currency... Canada, you can get banned. You still use our currency, but USA, thank you. I like that. Kudos points on the shipping area, but you immediately lose those kudos points because you completely neglected to tell me the shipping cost if I decide to get 2 boxes, which once again, if I'm backing that pledge level, which you have put in here, let me know that. Because I got all the way down, because here's the other thing, and here's the other thing you really need to think about. If you happen to be that person who really wants to know the shipping on those 2 boxes, and you get all the way down here, 44 minutes into this, and it's not there, like, how disappointed are you? Okay, so this is the VAT. They cover the VAT. It's applicable taxes, including VAT and other region-based sale taxes, will be added to each pledge in the pledge manager after the Kickstarter campaign, so you are going to get jacked by the bat. We are working closely with the pavilion departments. Cool. And this is great. Like, it's so far into this project that it's like, I feel like, how much more can they tell me? I will say this, I would spotlight way higher. Way higher, because once again, the can you do it was something that I was a little bit wary about right from the beginning. And when you tell me that you're doing, who you're shipping through. Just the fact that you know that you're going through quartermaster logistics in the United States makes me feel immediately more comfortable backing your project, because you put in the foresight to see what's going to happen. So why do they convert it to US dollars in the shipping, but not in euros? I don't know how much 18 pounds is in euros. There you go. There you go. Sergeant hit it on the head. And I'm sure people in Canada are like, well, get bit too. Why not convert it to everybody? Now, I know why they did it to the US, because that's where the majority of backers are always going to be coming from. But still, UK's got 74. I mean, Canada's got 71. Do them a solid. They're giving you a lot of money. I agree. Right now, they only have orders for 69 fire and ice and 60 earth and water. Yeah, that just... Because, folks, once again, they're going to need to make at least, I would guess, a 500 print run of each one of those. Unless, I don't know who they're shipping or who they're printing through, but that's pretty industry standard there. And most of the time, it's honestly higher, up to 1,000, 1,500 in some instances if you want to go through the nicer printers. See below a rough schedule of when you can expect things. Production begins. Where are they going to give it to us? So it's Essen Spiel after Christmas time. Distribution begins. So, yeah. They were thinking about maybe Essen if they could get lucky, if it's late October, not early October. Arena tournaments. Senior Games will be hosting a series of arena tournaments with epic prize pools. Wow! Cool, this is something really neat. I'm glad it's buried all the way at the bottom. Next, meet the team. I'm going to guess Bliss the Cat. Never mind. That's not nice. I'm not going to say something like, no. I'm frustrated, but it's like this. Because here's the bottom line. I see everything in this project that could make this a really great project. It has everything I think it needs. $80. 80 euros, so whatever it is, let me double check, because that's obviously by far the most popular pledge level, and it's just predictable that'd be the most popular pledge level, is $107. So we are looking at a premium price, but I'm looking at a big experience. You sold me a big experience. 1 to 6 players, up to 180 minutes, 21 different characters. We got a Kickstarter exclusive character. We got an arena mode. We got a campaign mode. We got a cooperative mode. We got a 1 versus all mode. We got decently priced shipping. I thought that was decent shipping, at least in the United States of America. If you get jacked by the vax, you get jacked by the vax, and shipping sucks. But I thought and you looked good when you said, oh, we're going through quartermaster logistics, and in the UK, we're going through this person and that person. You have those ducks in a row, but they're varied so far. You have how to play videos. You have gameplay videos. You have previews. Presumably, you could get better quotes out of those previews. You have everything you need in place, but I feel like the organization of every single aspect of this from the beginning video, from the beginning image, has been misplayed. I feel like the cards that you were dealt, and the cards that you had 4 aces, and I feel like you still ended up, you had 4 aces and you hit quads. I guess that's a terrible expression, because that's probably, you can't hit 5 aces. You get what I'm saying? I feel like a lot more could have been done with this to make this $1 million Kickstarter that they were hoping to get to. And now I am predicting, with 9 days left to go, that this is in fact going to get pulled, and they're going to retool this whole thing. Because, once again, just from a logistical perspective, I don't see how they're going to print that many games for $96,000 when these are massive games, and then turn around and ship that many games, especially when, once again, this is one person. So at the end of the day, my red flag is tingling real hard, because that's not... Oh, we haven't even got to the FAQ, the updates in the comments. Jesus Christ, all right. What's a pledge manager? What's in the difference in the boxes? What are the card dimensions? What are the languages? Discord, blah, blah, blah. And so here's the other thing. They're also trying to send you to a Discord, which I always think is a terrible idea, because once again, you want to get higher on that popularity chart, especially with the product you have, which is a massive box that appeals to a lot of people, that plays 1 to 6 players, which you didn't spotlight on the main image. Everything just pisses me off about this project. Hopefully the updates, and here's my speculation, I don't think the updates are going to move the needle that much either, or else I don't think this would be 52nd most popular on tabletop games. 0, 0, 0, 0, 6, cool, 8, nice, 7, 4, actually, these are still bad numbers for the number of people you have. I think it's 1,000 backers. But it's 1,000 backers who are willing to give you $100, So these right here mean you're not engaging people. The stretch goals. The stretch goal area, once again, the stretch goal area was great. I thought that was a great stretch goal area. All those stretch goals were bangers, but it was bare. No, that one was actually kind of high up. Just the organization. But your last few updates have had absolutely 0 comments on them. And that's not good. So what I'd recommend is always end with a question. Always end with a question. I'm not going to analyze those. Typically, I analyze those, but honestly, I am just so done with this campaign. Hey, guys, please shoot in the Discord if you haven't done so already. Shoot me a message if you like. No. And I'm actually thinking about doing a Kickstarter video specifically for video game creators. It's saying, video game creators, one tip that you need to hear. And I might do it right after this. But stop sending people to your Discord channel. I understand it has a lot of perks. And it's great, and it can create a great sense of community, and foster a great sense of community. But the bottom line is it pulls people away from the Kickstarter campaign, and Kickstarter does not want that. Kickstarter wants your people active and engaged in your updates and your comments, and you sending them to the Discord pulls them away from that. And I really think that sending people to Discord, and once again, you're like, what are you, some schmo down in your basement? I study these things. I spent 50 minutes on this Kickstarter campaign. Aside from the people who created this Kickstarter campaign, there's a very good chance that of the 7 billion plus people in the world, I've spent the most time on this Kickstarter campaign page. Like that's a realistic thing in my mind. And I see these, and I look at these tiny little details, and whenever, typically, aside from like some huge, massive $1 million+ ones, when you send people to the Discords, that just means there's less engagement. I see a lot of creators starting to use such Discord even to give some updates, so annoying. Yeah, a question of what I did with voting during my campaign can help a lot instead of sending them to Discord. Yeah, and if you want to build up the Discord audience, I understand that, but make it like, no Discord November. Like, when we're on the Kickstarter campaign, we don't want to hear a peep in here. And maybe that can even be like a stretch goal. Like the super secret stretch goal, like, join the Discord, but it's no talk November. You know, where we can unlock special stretch goals. You know, actually, I wouldn't even do that. Just don't even do it. But just send them back to the page. I really want the 80K goal. So, but they are updating. They're getting in here. Let's see. With the Cleric's Cast, wow, these are in-depth responses. They're doing solid on the customer service here. I will give them credit for that. Good. Look at that, 553. That's a good number. So, at the end of the day, what is my final grade on this one? My red flag is tingling. But do I want it? Yeah, it looks cool. Like, once again, I go back to the 2 minutes of the video when I was so innocent. I wasn't jaded. I was excited to get into this project. And I said, man, that was a damn good 2 minutes. I was in after that 2 minutes. And then you're tearing me apart, Senior Games. Okay, so do I want it? Yeah, I still do. It looks like a cool game. Can you do it? No. Hard no, F minus. Because logistically speaking, unless you're splurging tons of money yourself, no. You are not. I just don't see how you're going to do these print runs of these games with this many boards and this many tiles and this many dice and this much weight. I just don't see it. F. How much is it? Good price. I mean, yeah, solid price. Like, you buried it. You made me go search, go through a freaking jungle to find it. But yeah, it was a good price. I was fine with the price. So the final grade, do I want it? Yeah. How much is it? It's good. Can you do it? F minus. Balance that all up. Organization, that's a full letter grade job. I'm going to go with the D minus on this campaign. It scares me. It scares me from a logistical perspective. I look forward to checking this one out when they relaunch, and hopefully they see this video. I tried to ping them on Twitter. And it wasn't them. I just did some senior games. I think it was like the Senior Olympics, because I love doing that. I just like to see if they respond. But let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for Heroes of the Shire board game? Are you as concerned as I am? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you're enjoying this content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button, as we're trying to reach 9,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a lofty goal. I need like 800 more subscribers in a month, which would be my biggest month ever in the history. But, it's something they say to do. Set a goal and try and get there. So that's what I did. And 8,200, I'm still stoked about that. But as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.